Conroe Police Department in Conroe, Texas. If y'all raped and killed my child, then y'all need to give me my baby's body. If y'all raped him and cut him up and gave him AIDS and herpes, like Cynthia, like them visions that y'all was showing me of having sex with my baby. First of all, I'm gonna just tell you what God told me to say. Conroe Police, if y'all raped and killed my child, then give me my baby's body so I can bury my baby. And if he is still alive at Joseph Olvera's home, wherever his home is now, then y'all need to let me come over there to your home. To Joseph Olvera's home with 2 people at least to represent me. And come and tell the truth about all the marijuana y'all been trying to have people giving me. And let me see where my son has been sleeping at over with Joseph Olvera at Joseph Olvera's house. And let me pick up my child and leave. And don't let the people leave me there by myself and leave with my child. And somebody in this world needs to provide somewhere for me and my son to live safely together. Now I'm gonna tell why I'm saying if the Conroe Police, if y'all raped and killed my baby, my son, male-born Halo Metter, born in, I'm gonna get into his birth details. The age has to match. You can't get insurance money, Cynthia. Austin cannot get insurance money. Nobody can get insurance money trying to steal this baby out of my body. The age has to match. You cannot cover up the murder of Melbourne. Give me my baby's body if y'all raped and killed my child and mutilated him like y'all said y'all did. Oh, and look at the police, HPD. What you doing? What you doing? Yeah. Give me my baby's body. So I can bury my child. And no, Cynthia Olvera can't say that I did anything to my own child. Or Austin, if y'all kill him for knowing what y'all said y'all did. And showing me what y'all wanted to do, doing the witchcraft. You can't say I killed Austin or Melby. Because Austin knew. Because y'all said, y'all knew that that Cynthia showed me the visions of my son sucking Austin's dick with the devil horns on, because Austin is white and because I shot Austin in the leg. And y'all brought me inside of the Montgomery County Jail in Conroe, Texas, and lied about the evidence that Austin was abusing me. You lied about the 911 calls. You lied about the witnesses. You lied about my pregnancy. You had my family lying and helping y'all lie while y'all was trying to murder me, pregnant in the cell. You lied about my apartment. You lied about when Austin went to prison, when he got out of prison. They're lying and saying that Austin was never arrested for assaulting me at 230 Avenue G and arrested for December 20th, 2015. Then got arrested again from 1308 Houston Street on the same exact day the next year, December 20th, 2016, and was sent to prison for 2 years and got out July 10, 2018 out of the TDC and came attacking me at 1308 Houston Street with a baby that I was pregnant with by him, and that he was raping me and hitting me in the house, and that I was calling you guys over the 8-week, 9-week, 10-week period up until the shooting, September 18, 2018, and that he ran me out of the house with my baby, and that I had called y'all several times, and I told y'all he was assaulting me, and he was fleeing, and y'all know his charges include drugs, possession, theft, assault, family violence. I don't know if the assault on the public servant one was true, because they said that when that was what they charged him with, though, when he was incarcerated for assault, family violence, for assaulting me. Then he got charged with Class C rape. And y'all since have been, he was convicted for the assault on the public servant, but y'all knew that it was from my location at 1308 Houston Street. The next year, December 20th, 2016, and that was a year after he had been arrested, December 20th, 2015, for assault family violence from 230 Avenue G. And then y'all had everybody lying and trying to say that I was attacking him. And you all knew that that was not true. And y'all said because I was black that y'all were lying about the evidence. And then took my 22-month-old, and y'all were showing me visions. Cynthia had came inside the cell doing witchcraft, Austin's adopted mother. And she came and said she was a grand white witch. And came into the cell where they were trying to do the death ritual on me in the back of the jail in the segregated housing unit, and came in the jail in the spirit out of her body. So she just came out her body doing a ritual and flew inside of the cell. And when she came inside of the cell, she came inside of my body and then tried to do some sort of death ritual on me, and had my sister Shakina Jones doing it, and had my sister Larissa Jones doing it, and had, well, let me tell you everybody's soul who she had doing it in the back of the jail, because they brought me to the front of the jail and tried to murder me in the front of the jail, but they had me in the back of the jail when she flew into the cell and got inside of my body. And then she had the inmates inside of me that were poisoning that were trying to murder me in the back of the jail, pregnant. And she had Kiana Wiley in my body for the demonic possession for the ritual death. She had Shakina Jones in my body to do the performance for the ritual death. She had Irma Marshall, my grandmother, my mother's mother in Chicago, that stays in Chicago, in my body to help do the performance for the ritual death. And she had a drug dealer that was selling marijuana, a black man who had been giving me marijuana actually for free because he liked me, and I would smoke a blunt every now and then at my apartment, but she had him come into my body to help do the performance for the satanic ritual death. And then she had the Black Freemasons inside of my body with her to do the performance for the satanic ritual death. She had the white correctional guards that were guarding my cell in the back of the Montgomery County Jail in my body to do the performance for the satanic ritual death. She had Austin inside of my body to do the performance for the satanic ritual death, my baby daddy, who I shot in self-defense, and they had all this evidence and were erasing these evidence. They had him inside of my body to do the performance for the satanic ritual death when she came in the cell in the back of the jail, when they had me in the back of the segregated housing unit. And she had She had Joseph Olvera. She had her husband, Joseph Olvera, in my body to do the performance for the satanic ritual death when in the back of the segregated housing unit when she came in. So she had these people, and she it was a legion that she had brought with her when she flew in, and it was all of them to do it, and it may have been others as well, but I got to get to this as quickly as possible, and I will go into details, and I can write down whoever else if there were, but she had me telling me that the nurses back there were involved, the black women who were working in the little triage area in the back of the segregated housing units in the back of the Montgomery County Jail in the Conroe, Texas, that worked there. She had them involved as well. I think they were in my body as well to do the possession for the satanic ritual death. And she had them saying that I had to stay inside of the cell and that I was a mental patient while they were doing the performance and the demonic possession on my body for the satanic ritual death. And they were in me, and they were talking, and they were telling me, they showed me visions. The floor started moving on the floor at the segregated housing unit. And I saw visions of them putting devil horns on my son. He was still in Pampers, and he was on all fours sucking Austin's penis. And they had a whole bunch of white men that were also messing with his bottom, and it looked like hell, and the floor was moving. And Austin said, I'm in hell because you shot me. And Melbourne's in hell because you shot me. And he was getting his dick sucked by my son, and my son had devil horns on, and he didn't look like he wanted to be doing it. He looked like he was in hell, like how you see them with the statues of the naked babies, and you see all of the adults around the naked babies in like Greek type stuff. That's how they had my baby butt naked with no pamper on, and all of them were naked. They were not wearing any clothing at all, but my son had on the devil horns, and they were saying that it was hell while they were making Austin get the oral sex, and my son was right there doing it with the devil horns on, and they were all right there in hell with Austin, and they were doing it with my baby, and he was 22, well, I don't know exactly how old he was, but he had the Pampers on, and they were doing it with my baby, and they had him in all kind of sexual positions, and he was, they had his buttocks opened very widely, and they had him going up and down in this little tiny baby position, and they were saying, we're in hell, we're in hell, and then they were like, he loves it, he loved it, so he had to go to hell with us. That's what Austin said. He said he loved sucking us, and he loved doing it, so he had to go to hell with us, and that's the only way you're gonna get your baby back, is if you go to hell with us. And that's what he said. And then Cynthia said, yeah, I made Melbourne suck Austin's dick, and I watched while they were doing it with devil horns on it, and I saw the devil horns on them. And then she was watching. She was in my body, very heavy. She was a very heavy-set woman, so she was making my limbs and my body very heavy, and she was looking down at the floor on the jail, making me look at the floor on the jail. And she said, and I watched while Melbourne was sucking Austin's dick. And then I saw my son on the floor, and the jail floor was moving like hell. And then they were all like, ugh, and having sex with my baby. And he was just screaming. Then I heard screams of his high-pitched voice, and it was like, ah! Very high-pitched to where it could like break glass. That was before they took me into the front of the jail and tried to do the murder on my physical body while she was still in my body with all of them in my body. And that's when Larissa and Shakina was in my body as well. Father God, let's go back to the back of the segregated housing unit, the floor moving. So the floor was moving, on the jail floor was moving, and it was tan, and they're trying to clean up everything. The floor was moving, and all of you saw was a whole bunch of white men having sex with my little boy and sucking Austin's dick with devil horns on, and he was in Pampers, and it was hell. It was hell. And Austin said, "I'm in hell. I'm in hell." And Melbourne's in hell, because we made him like it. We made him like to do it. He's in hell. And they said the only way you can get him back is if you come to hell and get him. They said I had to die in order to come get him. And then Austin was saying he was blaming me. And then Cynthia started talking and said, "Ha ha, I watched." And she was evil, and she was heavy, and she said she was a witch, a white witch. She was racist. She said that she had sold her soul to Satan, and she wanted my body. She said, "If you let me stay in your body," after she told me that I watched your son give Austin oral sex because you shot Austin. But she didn't go into that until they brought me into the front of jail and tried to murder me. But she did say, after she said, "I made him suck Austin's dick," and I watched. And then she said, "And I put my face in his bottom, and I went in your baby's ass." And then she said, "And Joseph did it too." And then she said, "Ain't that right, Joseph?" And then I knew Joseph was in there with me too for the demonic possession. And Joseph said he was sounding, I could feel him because he was in my body. And Joseph felt ashamed, but Cynthia was not. Cynthia was not ashamed at all, because I could feel all the emotions of them who was in my body. And I'm going to tell you about everybody. Shakina had no emotion at all while she was in my body. Shakina was wicked, and Shakina was watching them do it on the floor to my baby too, because she was in my body. And Shakina was talking as I was looking down at the floor and seeing them doing all this to my baby. And Shakina was like, basically, like, that's what you get. You know what I'm saying? And she said when they brought me in the front to do the satanic ritual death, she said, "I was just trying to make you kill yourself." She said, "That's why I did it." That's what Shakina said, that she just wanted to make me kill myself. But this was after she already knew that they showed me them raping my baby on the floor, and the floor was moving, and saying that my baby had sucked Austin's dick with the devil horns, and knowing that Cynthia let all these men rape him, she still said, and then I was trying to make you kill yourself after they did this to your child. After they showed you them doing this to your child on the floor, like, you know, I'm just telling you what I saw. And she said she was trying to make me kill myself, basically. That's why she was doing it, because she just wanted to make me kill myself. That's what Shakina's spirit was. And Joseph's spirit was ashamed when Cynthia told me that he was doing it too. And Joseph was like in my body, like, "Ooh, Andrea just found out what we've been doing, or what we planning to do," or because I seen it on the floor, so he knew that I knew they was trying to kill me and rape my child, and then kill me, just rape my child, and that they had my family and everybody involved, and that I was back there being held, saying that I was a mental patient locked in this cell for shooting Austin, and that they had my baby, and I didn't know that they was wicked enough to be in there talking about, "I'm in hell, and we raping him, and you doing this." And so Joseph was ashamed, and he was in there too, and they had my whole body heavy, and they was trying to take over my limbs, but I still had the Holy Spirit, and they was trying to take full power of my body with this, and then I felt her, but I still had control of my body, but she was trying to take over. Like, if I lift up my arm, she was trying to have control of my limbs, and then she was trying to stay in my body, because she violated me and just walked straight into me when she did the demonic possession. And Joseph said, "Yeah, I felt him ashamed, like, because he's a Mexican, and you over here trying to be racist with these whites." And he said, "Yeah," because he was paying my rent and then pretending to be Melbourne's grandpa, and I didn't trust him from the beginning with my baby. And then I shot Austin, and Joseph said he felt ashamed, and he said, "Yeah," and I put my face in his ass. That's exactly how he said it, and he was saying it very wickedly. And then after that, I seen that Joseph was full-blown wicked, and then I knew, oh yeah, I was right. He been molesting my child, and Joseph went full-blown wicked with them. But then they had the drug dealer that was selling me weed. Well, he really was giving it to me. He was selling weed, and I can go to Conroe, Texas, and point him out, but I don't remember his name because I wasn't fucking with him like that. He was trying to get with me, and then he said, "Yeah, the only reason why I was trying to get with you was because I wanted to molest your child and rape your child. And I know these white folk, and he was like, yeah, I'm finna rape your, or he was like, and I wanted to rape your baby. He was like, and I just wanted to rape your baby. So he knew about what they were showing me too, and what in the position they were doing, because he knew I had my own home, and I would not let him come live in my home, because he asked me, could he be my man and come and live in my home, and I said no, and because I knew he just wanted to try to sell drugs out of my house, and I had a son, and he tried to do that right before Austin got out of prison. He was trying to come and make me out to be a prostitute, and he had given me some money, and then I slept with him like one time, and he was trying to make them out to help them make me out to be a prostitute while I was back there, and he knew that I did not let him come live in my house, and that it was only one time, and that I wasn't buying drugs from him like whatever they was trying to make a scene. He gave me weed for free, pretty much like a nick or something every now and then he said, yeah, and I know, like I know the evidence, and I know I'm gonna help them cover it up, because I just was trying to get with you and sell drugs out of my house, but really to rape your child. I wanted to be able to get with you so I can molest your son. That's what he said. Then Larissa, I didn't know she was doing that until they took me to the front of the Montgomery County Jail, because she wasn't saying nothing. So Larissa wasn't saying nothing. I didn't even know but Irma Marshall, my grandmother, was in my body in the back while I was looking down at the floor, and I heard Irma Marshall, and then she was saying, she let Cynthia tell me that you in hell. We sending you to hell. We the kingdom of heaven, and we coming to judge you for shooting Austin, and we the kingdom of heaven. And Irma Marshall, my grandmother, was in my body to do the demonic possession when Cynthia was saying that they were the kingdom of heaven, and they all said it in the Legion when they said that. They came in with like, we are the kingdom of heaven, because I'm like, who the fuck? She was like, then they made me think that I was going to hell.